working on the new headline beginner book. We have reading and listening, the internet. What does WWW mean?
World Wide Web.
Yes, that's correct. What are these websites for? bbc.co.uk.
Excuse me, teacher, what's your question?
What does bbc.co.uk?
So this is the website address referring to the British Broadcasting Corporation's website.
Yep. How about britishmuseum.org?
This is the website of the British Museum.
How about google.com?
And this is the website for Google.
How about blogger.com?
Blogger.com is a very interesting site. I've actually got a couple of blogger sites on there myself.
How about english.aljazeera.net?
This is Al Jazeera's international site. It refers to a different company, actually.
How about football365.com?
This is actually a gambling site.
Okay. Now we have match the verbs and nouns. So first we have listen to what?
Listen to the radio.
And watch.
Watch TV.
TV. Play.
This is play chess.
Pay.
Pay a bill.
Read.
Read a newspaper.
Chat to.
Chat to friends.
Send.
Send an email.
Book.
Book a hotel.
Very good. Okay. Now we have, which of these things can you do on the internet? What do you think?
What things is that, teacher?
These things. Which ones can you do?
Well, I can listen to the radio on the internet.
Yeah, you can. Can you watch TV?
We can stream films and stuff like that.
Yeah, Netflix. Can you play chess?
Yeah, well, you can play it on your computer, so I'm sure you can play it on the internet.
Can you pay a bill?
You can pay bills on the internet, yeah.
Can you read a newspaper?
There are sites where you can read the newspapers, but it's not the physical newspaper.
Can you chat to friends?
And you can definitely chat to friends online.
Can you send an email?
Yes.
Can you book a hotel?
You can book a hotel online, yes.
Yeah. So you can do all these things on the internet.
Yeah.
How fabulous. Now, what do you know about the internet? When did the internet start?
I think it started in the late 1960s initially. I could be wrong about that. It might be the early 90s.
Why did it start?
Well, I've heard all kinds of rumours and stories about how it started. I mean, I think there's a difference between how it started and why it started. There was a need in business, but I think it wasn't used for the correct purposes initially. But then the business people kind of jumped on the bandwagon, and it just took off, didn't it?
You know, there's a rumor in America that a former American politician named Al Gore invented it.
That's just a rumour.
Now we have read and listen to the text about the internet. Answer the question. Exercise 3.
Take fruit 11.8. The internet. You can do more and more on the internet. Its history. The internet started in the 1960s. The United States Department of Defense started it because they wanted a computer network to help the American military. In the 1970s, scientists worked on it and learned how to send messages between computers. Then in the 1980s, telephone companies made it possible to communicate on the computer network in many more countries. An international computer language was born, and the net went worldwide.
Millions of uses. You can use the internet for millions of things. You can Google for information about anything and everything. You can buy and sell clothes and cars. You can book a hotel, a holiday, or tickets for a football match. You can pay your bills. You can watch your favorite TV program. You can play chess with a partner in Moscow. You can chat to your friends and share photographs on Flickr. You can write a blog about your life. You can... The list is endless.
Very good. Lots of uses for the internet. Are the sentences true or false? Correct the false sentences. The internet started in the 1970s.
Started in the 1960s.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's find it. The internet started in the 1960s. Telephone companies started it. False. The Department of Defense in America started it. It started in America? That would be true. The DoD being it. In the 1980s, scientists sent messages between computers. The 1980s telephone companies made it possible. There's an international computer language. True. An international computer language was born. Very good. Now we have, what do you do on the internet? Listen to the people. When and why they use the internet. So we have Charlotte. We know she uses the internet every day for help with her homework. Let's listen for her words and then move on to Lauren.
Tape script 11.9. What do you do on the internet? 1. Charlotte, age 14.
I use the internet a lot. Every day, I think. It helps me with my homework. I Google for information or I use Wikipedia. It helps me with everything. History, geography, science, English, everything. Yesterday, I got a lot of information about Jane Austen.
2. Lauren, age 20.
I really like poetry, and I can find lots of great poems on the internet. Yesterday, I got the words for a sonnet, by Shakespeare. I use the internet mostly in the evenings, when I have time.
3. Mike, age 23.
I go on the internet a lot, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. It's a great way to hear all your friends' news and see all their photographs. Yesterday, I posted all the photos from my holiday. You can see them if you want.
4. Alan Crum, age 47.
Well, my surname, my family name is Crum, and I want to write about my family, so I use the internet to find out about my family's history. There are special websites for this. Also, I can chat to people with the same name from all over the world. Canada, Germany, Argentina. It's really interesting. I usually use it on Sundays because I have more time then.
5. Max, age 10.
I play games a lot, and I go on websites for my favourite football players. I want to be on the computer all the time, but my mum says I can't. She says I can only use it after school for an hour, and then I stop.
Okay.
6. Edna, age 71.
I go shopping on the internet. Every Friday, I go to my son's house and I use his computer. It's fantastic. The supermarket brings all my shopping to my home. I want a computer now. I want to send emails to my friends. Most of my friends have computers.
So we have Lauren, age 20. She uses the internet in the evenings. Because she likes poetry. We have Mike, who's 23.
Yes, teacher?
Mike is 23.
Okay.
He goes on the internet 3 or 4 times a day.
Okay.
And he does it to hear about his friends' news and see photographs. Next we have Alan Crum. He goes on the internet on Sunday to find out about his family's history and chat to people with the same name from all over the world. So some history. Next we have Max. He uses the internet after school for an hour. So I'll say after school. Because he wants to play games.
Okay.
Now we have Edna. Every Friday, she goes to her son's house. Edna uses the internet on a Friday to email her friends. Now we have, what different things do you use the internet for? What are your favorite websites? Mr. Paul,
Yes?
what do you use the internet for?
I use it to upload videos and to prepare things on my blog and to write things and to research information.
Okay. What is your favorite website?
My favorite website is www.mrpaulsenglish.com.
Very good. Please spend the next 20 minutes working in groups writing an essay about the different things you use the internet for and your favorite websites. I'll be back in 20 minutes to see those essays. Okay. I'm sure you enjoyed the last 20 minutes of essay writing. I have some really outstanding essays from you. We have a very interesting essay about using the internet for blogging about English. And our favorite website is MrPaulsEnglish.com. That was a great use of the last 20 minutes. Again,
Oh yes, please, teacher.
here we go.
Tape script 11.9. What do you do on the internet? 1. Charlotte, age 14.
I use the internet a lot. Every day, I think. It helps me with my homework. I Google for information or I use Wikipedia. It helps me with everything. History, geography, science, English, everything. Yesterday, I got a lot of information about Jane Austen.
2. Lauren, age 20.
I
I really like poetry, and I can find lots of great poems on the internet. Yesterday, I got the words for a sonnet, by Shakespeare. I use the internet mostly in the evenings, when I have time.
3. Mike, age 23. I go on the internet a lot, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. It's a great way to hear all your friends' news and see all their photographs. Yesterday, I posted all the photos from my holiday. You can see them if you want. 4. Alan Crum, age 47.
Well, my my family name is Crum, and I want to write about my family, so I use the internet to find out about my family's history. There are special websites for this. Also, I can chat to people with the same name from all over the world: Canada, Germany, Argentina. It's really interesting. I usually use it on Sundays because I have more time then.
5. Max, age 10.
I play games a lot, and I go on websites for my favourite football players. I want to be on the computer all the time, but my mum says I can't. She says I can only use it after school for an hour, and then I stop.
6. Edna, age 71.
I go shopping on the internet. Every Friday, I go to my son's house and I use his computer. It's fantastic. The supermarket brings all my shopping to my home. I want a computer now. I want to send emails to my friends. Most of my friends have computers.
Teacher, I have a question.
What?
When Charlotte was speaking, she said she got a lot of information about Jane Austen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's this? Is this someone, Jane Austen? What's that?
She's a writer.
Oh, so she's a writer.
Yes, she's a famous fiction writer.
Oh, I see.
So,
What does Wikipedia mean?
Wikipedia is a website that is generated by its users. It's like an encyclopedia
I see.
using a wiki format.
Teacher, what does science mean? What's that, science?
Science is the use of the scientific method. People who engage in science, they make hypotheses about things.
I did notice that Lauren, she said something about poems. What's a poem, teacher?
A poem is the creative use of language following a given format. Some kinds of poetry utilize words that rhyme. Other kinds of poetry, like haiku, utilize different combinations of words and different numbers from line to line. And it's the creative use of language.
So, what is a sonnet, teacher?
A sonnet is a certain kind of poem. Shakespeare was a famous British writer who wrote plays and sonnets.
Oh, I see.
Let's look at what Mike said. How often does Mike use the internet?
A lot. Sometimes 3 or 4 times a day.
Right, very, very often. And what does he do on the internet?
He posts photos of his
Yes.
holiday.
Posts photos of his holidays. Here's his friend's news. How about Alan Crum? Is he interested in his own surname?
Well, I don't know. I think he is. He's interested in his family,
Yeah.
his family's history.
He wants to write about people who have that surname. He uses the internet to find out about his family's history. He uses special websites, probably Ancestry.com. He wants to talk to people with the same name from all over the world in places like Canada and Germany. Have you ever tried to contact other people just because they have the same surname as you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, interesting. Now we have a man named Max. What does he do on the internet?
He goes to websites about his favourite football players.
Uh-huh. Does he want to be on the computer all the time?
Yes, he does.
He does. What does his mother say about that?
She says he can't and that he can only use it after school for an hour.
Uh-huh. So she wants him doing homework and maybe playing sports or something?
Yeah.
Not just be on the internet? That makes sense. Now, Edna, how old is she?
I think she's 71.
Right.
She's very old.
What does she do on the internet?
She shops on the internet.
She does? Yeah. Where does she use the internet?
Well, it's her son's computer.
Son's house, yeah. Son's computer. Does she like the internet?
She thinks it's fantastic.
Right.
Because when she orders her food and stuff on the internet, they deliver it straight to her house.
Right, right. Does she want to have her own computer?
She does, yeah.
Strange. So she goes to her son's house to order food to have it delivered to her house.
Yeah, but probably because she's a pensioner, she doesn't have much money.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper for her to order things on the internet. And, because I mean, laptops are still quite expensive for people, especially pensioners.
Yeah.
So she just uses her son's. And it gives her an
Now-
excuse to visit him.
Do you think it would be better to go to another person's house to use their computer to have food delivered to your house? Or would you like to just go to the store and pay less money for the food?
Well, I don't know, teacher, I'm confused.
Yeah, I think that her plan is not optimal.
Oh.
Does she ever email her friends?
Yeah, she sends emails to her friends.
Uh-huh. Do her friends have computers?
Most of them, yeah, not all of them.
Outstanding. So, why don't we look back at our passage? We can review it. We've already heard this recording. Why don't we go ahead and read through? We have the Internet's history. The Internet started in the 1960s. The United States Department of Defense started it because they wanted a computer network to help the American military. In the 1970s, scientists worked on it and learned how to send messages between computers.
Teacher,
Yes.
what is military? What's that, military?
The military is a government organization that is set up mainly to defend the people and interests of a given country.
Oh, I see.
In the 1970s, scientists worked on it and learned how to send messages between computers.
Teacher, what are scientists?
Scientists are people who use the scientific method. They make hypotheses.
I see, teacher.
They then run tests to test their hypotheses.
Oh, okay.
Based on the results of those tests, they make new hypotheses. In the 1980s, telephone companies made it possible to communicate on the computer network in many more countries.
What does communicate mean, teacher?
Communicate is getting messages from one person or group of people to another person or group of people. International Computer Language was born, and the net went worldwide.
The net?
Net
What's that, teacher, the net?
is short for the internet.
Oh, so it means internet.
It means internet.
Okay.
Who started the internet?
Was it Bill Gates?
No, I think to our second sentence here.
Oh, the Department of Defense. Defense.
Perfect.
What is defense, teacher?
Department of Defense is a U.S. government agency that oversees military and other activities that protect American people and interests.
Teacher, You said overseas. Is that another country?
No, overseas, O-V-E-R-S-E-A-S. That would mean every country. But I was saying overseas, O-V-E-R-S-E-E-X.
What's the difference, teacher?
Overseas with the A means other countries. Overseas with the double E means that it's responsible for. The Department of Defense is responsible for the military's activities and for all other activities pertaining to the protection of American people and interests.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
But if the internet's worldwide, is the United States Department of Defense responsible for any other countries then?
Well, they do make deals with other countries. Sometimes they have joint missions, joint operations. After World War II, there was a deal with Japan, where Japan was supposed to no longer have any kind of military operations going on overseas, and America made a deal to protect Japan. Japan does have a national defense force. It looks like little by little Japan is building up its own military. Something similar went on with Germany. So, little by little, they're building up their own national defense. But the Japanese are not supposed to wage campaigns, particularly the war in other countries. They do have their troops sometimes assisting with peacekeeping operations in other countries. So, it depends. Let's go on to millions of uses. You can use the internet for millions of things. You can Google for information and everything.
Teacher, what does Google mean when you can Google for something?
Basically, that means using the website www.google.com for doing searches. There are varied websites where you can do searches. Yahoo.com has its own search capability. So does Google. So does Bing and a few others. But Google is perhaps most popular. And so the word Google has become not just a noun in terms of the company itself, but in more or less slang, a verb.
Yeah, that's true.
The act of actually using Google.com through a web search is so common that it's now considered a verb. I'll Google it. Right? So, you can Google for information about anything and everything. You can buy and sell clothes and cars. You can book a hotel, a holiday, or tickets for a football match. You can pay your bills, and you can watch your favorite TV program. You can play chess with a partner in Moscow. You can chat to your friends and share photographs on Flickr. You can write a blog about your life.
I see there's a lot of you can do things. What does it mean you can buy and sell?
It means that you will have the ability to do this on the internet.
And what does it mean you can book a hotel?
You have the ability to use the internet to make a reservation at a building that rents out rooms by the night.
And what does it mean you can pay your bills?
It means that you have the ability to use the internet to give money to companies that you may owe money to for goods and services that they provide.
And what does it mean you can watch?
It means that you can use the internet to see television programs that you don't have to actually tune in to a TV for. You can actually see them streaming online.
And what does it mean you can play chess?
That means that you can play a game. The game is called chess.
And what does it mean you can write a blog?
That means that you can use the internet to write down information that that you think is important. Now we have you can. The list is endless. Now,
What does that mean, teacher? Endless?
that means that there is an infinite number of things that you can do on the internet. All kinds of information can be exchanged. All kinds of people can be contacted. There are all kinds of things you can do. The internet facilitates your ability to communicate with other people. As you know, my name is Lou. This is your new head waiter.